Hello everyone, my name is Harender Jangra and in this video I'm going to show you how you can configure discovery method in SCCM. In my last video I have shown how you can configure boundary. Once you install SCCM server, the first thing you have to configure boundary and boundary group, and then you have to configure discovery method. So in this video, I'm going to show you why we need to configure discovery method and how many type of discovery methods are available and what is the difference between boundary and discovery method. So let's open our CM. So if you open console and click on administration and expand hierarchy configuration and then click on discovery method. So you will see there are 6 type of discovery methods are available. So by default, you will see 6 type of discovery methods are available. And the only one discovery method is enabled by default, heartbeat discovery. And rest of the discovery method is in disabled state by default. You will have to enable or you will have to configure it according to your requirement. First thing, why we use discovery method in MECM or SCCM. So guys, like once you install SCCM server and configure boundary group, now your first target will be you will have to install SCCM client agent in machines which you want to manage through SCCM. You have configured boundary. Now your SCCM don't have information of your client machine. For example, you have 20,000 client machines in your infra, and now you want to install SCCM client agent in those machines. So how your SCCM will target to install SCCM client agent in those machines? Uh, Even your SCCM don't have the information of those machines. So to get the details of those machines, raw data, you should have configured discovery method. So how many type of discovery methods you can configure? Active Directory forest discovery, Active Directory system discovery, Active Directory group discovery, and Active Directory user discovery, network discovery, and heartbeat discovery. So out of 6, there are 4 type of discovery methods are dependent on Active Directory. And the 5th one is network discovery and 6th one is heartbeat discovery. So heartbeat discovery is the discovery method that is enabled by default. So now let's try to understand um, Active Directory forest discovery. So it is a discovery method and like it is little bit different from other discovery method. It does not discover resources directly, but if you enable this discovery method, then what exactly it do? Uh, it contact to Active Directory and it fetches all the information from Active Directory sites and services, like how many subnets and sites are running, and then automatically it will create a boundary for you. You don't have to create boundary if you enable this. And the second discovery method is Active Directory system discovery. Means we are discovering devices, we are discovering computers from Active Directory. The third thing is Active Directory group discovery. Like we are discovering groups, Active Directory groups from Active Directory. And the fourth thing is Active Directory user discovery. Like we are discovering users from Active Directory. And fifth one is the network discovery. So network discovery actually does not discover devices or objects from Active Directory. It discover devices or objects or resource from network, like any device which having an IP address or like SNMP enabled, then SCCM can get the information. SCCM can discover that that objects. So all of the objects which is having an IP address can get discovered by SCCM through this discovery method. And the sixth one is heartbeat discovery. So by default, it is enabled. And when you install a system client agent, so automatically it check the health of your client machine and it reports to a system server, like when it contacted last, or this type of information is maintained by heartbeat discovery. By default, after every 7 days, it contact to machine, but it can be customized. So now let's try to understand what is the difference between boundary and discovery method. So if you have configured boundary, it doesn't mean your SCCM can discover devices from network or Active Directory. No. If you have configured boundary, it means if the machine is coming in boundary, then you can install SCCM client agent. But your SCCM don't have the information about client machine where it need to install SCCM client agent. For example, this is my AD machine and this is my SCCM machine. Now you have installed a client machine. Let me show you. Uh, this is my client machine. As of now, I didn't join this machine into domain. I just installed a Windows 10 OS, but I will join this machine into domain. But before this, let us come on our SCCM console and understand these discovery methods. So for us discovery, I'm not going to enable it because it contact to Active Directory and it can create boundary based on your sites and subnets are running. But boundary and boundary group I already configured as I have shown in my last video. And in this video, I'm going to configure Active Directory system discovery and user discovery. So what is the use of Active Directory system discovery? It can discover devices from Active Directory. Depends on how you have configured it. Like if you have configured, it should discover devices from a particular OU, then it can discover devices from all. It will discover devices only from that particular OU. So how you can configure it? Just right click on this and click on properties. Now there is a option to enable this discovery method. So you will have to mark this checkbox to enable this discovery method, enable Active Directory system discovery. After that, just click on star button and it will go to your LDAP query. So just click on browse and select the particular OU or entire domain from where you want to discover devices. So if you know, when we join any machine into domain, so by default that machine goes into computers OU. So if you want your SCCM search machines from computers OU, then just select the computers OU. And if, so you can configure multiple OUs. Just click on OK and again click on star button and again click on browse. So this time you can select any other OU. Like if your company having different OU structure and uh, your client machine goes into different OUs, then you can select according to your OU structure. And if you have some machines and you don't want to discover those devices from SCCM, then you don't need to add that OU here. So in my case, this is my test machine. So let me delete this one and click on browse and just select your domain. So I want to discover devices from entire domain. Click on OK, and you can exclude any specific OU. Like for example, you have added entire domain, but you want to exclude a specific OU, then you can click on this. Select subcontainer to exclude it from discovery. For example, I have added MECM OU so that our SCCM will not discover devices from this OU. So it will exclude. So you can add exclusion, and through which account it will discover. Yes, through computer account on the site server, it should discover. Okay, apply. And once you click on apply, uh, it will enable the discovery method and it will run a full discovery. Yes. And the next option is pulling schedule. So there are two type of discovery. One is full discovery and second is delta discovery. So full discovery means after every 7 days, it discover of all devices. It discover uh, it runs full discovery methods and it can customize. So you can customize it. So like after every 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, your full discovery should be happen. Then you can decrease this time. And delta discovery, what does the mean of delta discovery? Like delta discovery means on the only changes, and in full discovery method it means it will run the full discovery. But delta discovery does not take a lot of bandwidth. It just discover the things which have been changed in last discovery method. So for example, in your company, like on daily basis, your IT guys are joining machines into domain, new machines into domain. So those machines, once they will join the machine into domain, those machines your will go to your active directory, and then based on the discovery method, those machines should come in your SCCM. But when they will come, if you have enabled delta discovery and you have depends on your time, what time you have configured. Like if you have configured the default time is 5 minutes, so after every 5 minutes your SCCM contact to active directory, and then it will ask if there are any change, like if there are a new addition, then please give me that record so that I can get the raw data for that machine so that we can install or we can use that machine to install SSM client agent. So just click on apply. And the third option is Active Directory attributes. So by default, these objects are discovered by SCCM. So like these are the details of a machine uh, will discover by SCCM by default. But you can use you can add any extra attributes, like if you want to uh, get the details, then you can add. So it try to get this information from Active Directory by default. And this is the last options. So the first option is only discover computer that have logged on domain in given period of time. For example, uh, in your organization, there are some machines which is not uh, uh, contacting to Active Directory since long time. Then you can enable this checkbox and you can define a particular time. Like if a client machine didn't contact to Active Directory since 90 days, then it should not discover. Maybe uh, there is a old entry or exist in Active Directory, and if you enable system discovery method, then all of the objects that are exist in that particular OU will be discovered by SCCM. So you don't want to discover those devices which haven't contacted to Active Directory since 90 days. Then you can use this option. And the second option is only discover computer that have updated their computer account password in given period of time. If your client machine, actually your client machine also contact to Active Directory, and randomly it change its computer password. So if your computer password didn't change since 90 days, then it should not discover. You can use this option. Apply. Okay. So now it will run discovery methods, and there is a log file. You can read that log files. In my case, I have installed my SCCM server in G drive, program files, Microsoft Configuration Manager, and let me use it tool CM trace. So there is a log file in C program or C or any other drive where you have installed SCCM server, program files, Microsoft Configuration Manager, logs. And then there is a log file adsys, adsys this. AD means Active Directory, sys means system, dis means discovery. So we need to read this log files to cross check our discovery method has completed or not. So now you can see at 10:07 it has completed its process. So it didn't get any information because let me show you my Active Directory, because in my Active Directory we don't have any computers object right now. But yeah, I'm going to add a machine. So just click on computers, and now you can see there is only one SCCM machine, and SCCM machine by default will be discovered by SCCM through WinNT discovery method. Actually, it is a hidden discovery method, and it discover those devices which have any site system roles. So right now we don't have any other computers account in this particular OU. So let me add this machine. So I have a client machine. Let me join that machine into domain. So before that, let me, yeah. So just provide the IP address because I don't have DHCP server. So my DNS IP address is 50. So I will have to add that and local area connection, and then join this machine into domain. Just open the property of this PC. Click on advanced system setting, computer name, click on change, and you can also change your computer name. So let me change my computer name W10 client 1, and just click on domain and then provide your domain name cisco.com. So once you provide domain name and then click on OK, it should ask a domain credentials which is having rights to join this machine into domain. So I have an account SCCM admin domain user is having rights to join this machine into domain, and welcome to domain. It has successfully joined this machine into domain. So this is just a error for our naming, like the same time we have changed our name. So that's why just ignore this. We don't have any issue. Let me do firewall off. just restart this machine and now go to your Active Directory. So we have joined this machine into domain. So by default, this machine entry should come in computers OU. Let's wait. Yeah, now we can see machine entry came in our Active Directory, and now based on the discovery method, Active Directory system discovery method, this machine entry should come in our SCCM server. So just click on assets and compliance and click on device collection and just open all systems. So now we can see we don't have that machine, right? But after every 5 minutes, our SCCM contact to Active Directory by default. If you enable system discovery method and based on the delta discovery, it contact to Active Directory after every 5 minutes. And then it got the machine entry, which is recently came. So let's wait and try to read adsys.log or manual. You can, or we can search. No. So manual also you can run this discovery, run full discovery. If you don't want to wait for the 2, 3, 5 minutes, then manual you can run this. And now you can see, okay, yeah, it has started. And now let's try. Yeah, now we can see our new machine entry came in this w10 hyphen client one, right? So once it will complete its process, then it will add this machine in all system device collection. Let's wait. It takes some time to add that machine into device collection. Yeah. So now we can see guys, the new machine entry came in our SCCM, but right now we don't have SCCM client agent, but we can target it. Like we can install SCCM client agent in this machine, and it also doesn't mean like you can install SCCM client agent in this machine if any machine has been discovered by SCCM. That depends on boundary. Like if this machine is coming in boundary and it has been discovered, then only you can install SCCM client agent through console. But like if this machine is not in boundary, but it has been discovered, then you cannot install SCCM client agent in this machine. So this is the relation between boundary and discovery method. So how you can see like this machine through which discovery method this machine has been discovered. So if you right click on this machine and click on properties, and then you can see the agent name of discovery method. So SMS AD system discovery. So it has been discovered by system discovery method. Okay. So let us configure other discovery. So let's configure system user discovery. The same type of configuration we will require. Just enable it and click on star button and just click on browse and provide the domain name from where you want to discover users. Yes, I want to discover users from entire domain. Click on OK. And same thing, you can configure your delta discovery and full discovery and apply and yes, and click on OK. So now you have enabled your system user discovery. So through which logs you can check it. So there is a log. AD USR dis. AD USR. So right now it's taking some time because these logs create when our first time our discovery method runs. So it takes some time. Let's wait. Yeah, now we can see AD disk is created by SCCM and it has been completed this process. And if any of the user has been discovered, then it will add that user in our um, user collection. So there is a all user collection. So let's just wait for some time and do update membership for this. Right now don't have. So now let's create some accounts. Yes. Let me create a user. Yeah. So it should be discovered by our SCCM based on the Active Directory user discovery. And after every 5 minutes, our SCCM contact to AD as per Delta discovery, and then it should add this details. Or manual you can run this discovery method. So just right click on this and click on run full discovery, and you can read the logs ADUSR disk. Just wait for some time. Yeah, it has started. And let me find my user. Yeah, it found this user and it has completed its process. So now let's wait and go to assets and compliance and go to users collection. Still it is showing member count is 0. Let's wait for some time. Once it will complete its process, then it takes some time to add those machine in device collection or user collection. Okay, let's wait for some time, and till the time let's configure other discovery method. So same thing, you can configure Active Directory group discovery. And while you configure group discovery, it discover Active Directory groups um, from our Active Directory. And now we have to understand like why we discover groups from Active Directory. What is the use of groups? I was also thinking like what we can target to a group, because like we can target an application to user, we can target an application to a particular device. So yes, there is some logic behind this, why we discover users and computers. But what is the use of discovering groups? So to just know about the membership of the groups, we enable this discovery method. So through this discovery method, we can see the membership of our groups. So hardware discovery is enabled by default. Network discovery, Microsoft also don't recommend this option and don't recommend this discovery method, because if it depends on your available bandwidth. When you run when you enable this discovery method, so it uses a lot of bandwidth from your network, because it try to discover all the objects from network. So generally it broadcasts the message and it try to discover. So that's why most of the company don't use this option, but it depends on you. Like if you have a lot of bandwidth are available, if you have small network, then you can configure. So this was the discovery method, and just click on assets and compliance. Yeah, now we can see the all users member count is 3. So just right click on it, see the members. So now we can have 3 members: administrator, Harender Jangra, and SCCM admin. So it was discovery method. Thank you for watching my video.